tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to do a water flow simulation using 3dsMax. Yeah, using the Tyflow feature on 3dsMax. Let's get started. So the first thing you'd want to do is create a plane. I'm just doing that above the terrain that we're using the simulation on today. Today's video, I'm using this terrain of Glen Ferry, but you could use whatever you want on whatever site you're studying on. Yeah, just today I'm using the Glen Ferry one. And then from the plane that you just created, you want to move that above the terrain and then create a Tyflow right beside it as well. So if you open editor, first thing you're going to want to do is create a birth surface. So click on tab, search up birth surface, and then pick to your right, click on click on the plane, and then that should create the surface as the plane that we just created. So we want to change the display into geometry and then add in a shape. So click on tab, search up the shape, and then for this simulation, we want to use arrows just to sort of show the direction of water that's landing on the uneven surface of the terrain. So I've made this arrow earlier. So I've made this arrow earlier using a font. It was easily an arrow font. You could use whatever you want, and then I just turned that into an editable poly. So go back to your Tyflow, and under shape, just gonna remove the triangle that was on default, and then select the arrow that we want and click add selected. So that should have these arrows present on the surface. Oh, the plane is done. There. Yeah, there we go. So you can see all these arrows are on the surface. Um, we kind of want more than that. So you could easily change the number of shapes on the plane by changing its line segments. So let's make that in, I don't know, 100, 500. Is that too much? Oh, I think that's alright. So you can clearly see that all these arrows have duplicated into all those intersections of the line segments. So if you open up Tyflow again, and then right now those arrows are sort of pointing to the side. We want them pointing down towards the terrain as rainfall would go. So click on tab again, search up rotation, and then by default it's going to be at random. It's going to look like that, but what we'd want is for them to go down. So you could go to align to target or align to travel direction. So that should all change it, yeah, facing downwards like that, and you could easily play around with the x-axis and the y-axis, sort of get the configurations right. So once you're sort of happy with the orientation of your geometry, the next thing we're going to want to do is create force to actually bring those geometry down and let them fall on top of the terrain. So click on tab, search up force, and then you want to pick on the terrain that we've done. So that should be the one for your force. Oh, not letting me click that, but force. I want to change the strength to -1, and that should let them 4 down. But right now, they're already just passing through the terrain. So in order to fix that, let's add a collision operator. Same thing goes, click a tab, search for collision, and then under the collision objects, you want to pick on the terrain. So that should sort of stop those arrows from passing through. So we can play around with settings. Um, we kind of want to remove the bounce because right now it's sort of bouncing on top of the terrain. And we kind of want the arrows to sort of stick on the terrain. So from bounce, we want to change that to 0. And then we want to adjust friction, maybe, I don't know, 35. Um, yeah, and then if you see, maybe just remove the edge. If you see from here, you'd see the arrows sort of landing towards your terrain and then sort of having them point where the water would be flowing. So you could see that these arrows show differently than the other one. So yeah, you could obviously play around with the settings, change the rotation, add more arrows, reduce the arrows, whatever suits your needs. But that's basically the gist. Thank you for watching.